This week on Steel Horse Thunder. As you know, May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, so we head out to Southside Harley Davidson's brand new Motorcycle Academy course.
It's just a new state-of-the-art facility. We're very excited to have it because we know we have a place to come back to next year because everybody else is doing training in the state that doesn't own their own land. You never know where your home's going to be next year.
We head up to Flat Out Motorsports and we check out the brand new Indian Motorcycle Riders Group.
We put a riders group together because the Indian's a fairly new model. We try to get a group together either for a ride or we meet once a month, first Saturday of every month. We meet here at 10 o'clock at Flat Out Motorsports in the showroom.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
People talk about your one-stop shop. Well, Flat Out Motorsports is definitely a one-stop shop.
Maybe you like to hit the streets on two wheels, whether you're a touring guy, whether you're a cruising guy, or maybe you like the sport bikes.
If you'd rather play in the dirt, there's four wheels or there's two wheels.
Or maybe you've gotten to that point where you're ready for an extra wheel. They got the Can-Am Spider and the ever-so-cool Slingshot.
Or maybe you don't like the dirt or the road, then you can get on the water. Take this baby for a ride.
No matter what you need, no matter what brand you like to ride, all the safety gear, helmets, whatever you're looking for, it's all right here under one roof. And with the used motorcycle sales, you can pretty much find any kind of motorcycle you like.
The attorneys at Leidendorf Law have over 100 years of experience in personal injury and wrongful death litigation. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Hey, as you know, been a lot of rain this spring. Haven't been able to cover a whole lot of charity rides. In fact, we were thinking about getting rid of the motorcycle and getting a boat, as much rain as we've had. But this first segment of today's show, it is still sponsored by 36 Saloon, Rockville, Indiana. You've got to get out and check this place out. I'm telling you what, it is Indiana's premier motorcycle destination. You've got the indoor seating which is family oriented, or you can go out back where the hog pit is. They've got a stage out there. They've got another bar out there, another kitchen out there. They've got everything out in the hog pit, man. It's just the coolest place to go to. When you're out riding around, make sure you stop by, check this place out. Tell them Steel Horse Thunder sent you. I'm telling you, you won't regret it, man. 36 Saloon, Rockville, Indiana. Check this place out. But now, let's check out this first segment of today's show. Hey, man, we're out here at Southside Harley Davidson. Finally opened up their Riding Academy facility here. What a beautiful place, man. Tell me a little bit about this.
It's just a new state-of-the-art facility. We're very excited to have it because we know we have a place to come back to next year because everybody else is doing training in the state that doesn't own their own land. You never know where your home's going to be next year. So we're very excited that Southside's made the financial commitment to do this, and we're really excited to be here.
And that is the word, man, a financial commitment, because it is not cheap to get a place like this, all this blacktop and everything else. I know that's expensive as can be, and you guys were able to do this. And like you said, you have a permanent place now. And when are you guys going to open up?
We actually have our first class starting May the 8th, so very, very soon we'll be ready to go. We're giving all our rider courses out here as well as state motorcycle skills testing.
That is awesome. So all right, so other people are going to be using this facility as well. And what does it take for somebody to get, into one of these classes and to do the class?
As far as other people using the facility, we have had inquiries from some of the local police departments that would like to use it for some training, and we're discussing that with them now. And as far as getting into a class, basically you go to southsideharley.com, click on Learn to Ride, and our class list is right there. You can register right online and get yourself the next open class.
Now, in general, I mean, do they all run like on weekends, or do you have different things?
We actually, as far as our new rider course goes, we actually have 3 different schedules. We have always offered a 3-day day class, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, basically 8 a.m., 4 p.m. We have a weekend class, which is Thursday, Friday evening, most of the day Saturday and Sunday. And this year, we've now added a night class, which is Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 p.m. every night.
All right, so yeah, definitely go to the website, and it's all wrote down there. But now you guys got the great facility here. Eventually, will there be a building set up here?
They are planning on a building down the road. It will house a classroom for us, indoor plumbing, and some storage for our bikes, as well as there will probably be winter bike storage or excess inventory storage here as well.
Okay. Now
Nothing retail here.
Now the indoor training though, will that still take place over at Southside Harley Davidson?
We will do probably the first night, at least at the dealership. Second night probably. After that, it'll probably be all out here.
If you had to wrap it up in one sentence or one reason, why would you suggest somebody coming through a safety class?
Well, there are multiple reasons, but just learning the proper way to do things. It's amazing the little things that make you a better rider, safer rider. And besides that, it gets you a cut on your insurance.
Which never hurts.
Yeah.
All right, well, Kathy, we're out here in this beautiful new riding facility. How did this come about?
Well, we started Riding Academy, this is our 4th year, I believe. And so we've been leasing a lot from someone else all the time. And we had the opportunity to sell our old building location. And so we took that money and invested in property to be able to make this facility happen.
See, and it's funny because I'll be honest, I was one of those, as well as a lot of other older people, hated to see the building get sold. It was like, no, that's still Southside Harley Davidson. But now to think that this is the product of that, my goodness, talk about the whole next generation.
Right, yeah, we're very proud and excited to be able to provide this facility and everything that's going to do, to the people and motorcycle riding training.
Yeah. So are we in Greenwood or are we in Whiteland?
Well, I believe it has a Whiteland address, but I believe we're in Greenwood.
Okay.
So.
All right, yeah, because this is one of those tricky areas. I know we're right at that, that border there, and I wasn't sure where that all goes to, but I always think of it as kind of North Whiteland or the very south end of Greenwood. But
actually in Greenwood, but like I said, the address is Whiteland.
Okay, and you're right off of US 31. Pretty easy to find. I was able to find it on my first try, so if I can find it in one try, I know it's not that hard to find it. So what are your thoughts about other people using this facility? You think you guys might be able to rent it out or to help with some of the expense?
Well, I don't know. We're open to opportunities if something is out there. We've offered it to the police to possibly use as a training site already, so if that can happen, that will be a possibility. I know that Harley is using it for a coach's training site, and that's going to be here in a couple weeks. So we'll be doing coaches training out here. So yes, we are open to that opportunity.
That's cool. I'm just so happy that Southside Harley Davidson has this place. I mean, you guys are such a pillar, not only just in the Harley Davidson community, but in the motorcycle community in general. I mean, you guys have been around forever, and it's a different building and all that, but it's still same old Southside Harley Davidson. And I just love to see you guys taking another step into the future and into what motorcycling is all about.
That's right, and thank you for that. We appreciate it, and we're celebrating 72 years this year, so we have been a part of motorcycling for a long time.
Yes. And we are very grateful for that. So congratulations on this beautiful place, and we wish all the luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I noticed there's a lot of law enforcement out here involved in this grand opening and everything. What brings you guys out?
Well, I mean, it's a facility here in our city, so obviously this is good for Greenwood. If it's good for Greenwood, it's good for the police department, so that's something we want to support. Our guys encounter people all the time, especially young people, on bikes that are driving them recklessly. They haven't been taught how to drive them properly, rules of the road. So, I mean, something like this, you want to support it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously something like this is going to keep your roads safer. And obviously that's the one thing we need is more safety. I mean, I actually had my kids go through the safety course. I told them I don't care if you ever ride a motorcycle or not. I want you to go through the safety course because I want you to be aware of motorcycles when you're out on the road. And let's face it, motorcycles are hard to see out there.
Right. And, you can be a great motorcycle driver, okay, but the other people on the road don't understand the bikes and the capabilities of those and keeping an eye out for them, blind spots. I do the same thing. My kids go through extra driving. There's some driving schools out there just other than the basic, and I think the general public should have to go about every 5 years and just relearn the rules of the road. Special courses just for roundabouts would be nice, but so anything that can improve public safety, and obviously people's driving or just their awareness that's good.
All right, Dallas, we're out here at the grand opening. I noticed you're wearing a shirt that says coach. So you one of the coaches out here, I assume?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. How'd you go about doing that?
I used to teach for the state, and then I got a call from Steve McQueen, which is the riding academy manager, asked if I wanted to come over and teach for Southside, and I said, of course.
Well, good deal. Now, I know you were just out there doing some stuff. Just explain to me a little bit about what you're doing out there.
So what we just did was the evaluations, the 5 levels to pass the course. It's a U-turn box, a weave. It's a lot of the basics that we teach in the course, actually. But what you saw is once you pass that, and hopefully if you don't hit too many cones or put a foot down, you pass the course and you get your endorsement a few days later.
That's pretty cool. I noticed you're riding the bike here. Is this one of the bikes that you guys use?
This is one of the training motorcycles. It's the Street 500. This is actually a brand new 2019 model. All the motorcycles are at least 2 years old or 2 years old and newer. So they're all basically brand new motorcycles with maybe less than 1,000 miles on them. Great training bikes.
Well, yeah, aren't you supposed to get the junky ones out so people can drop them?
But as you can see, all the black on here, we'll go through. The black here, the engine guard, all this. Unfortunately, if they do hit the ground, they don't do any damage to the motorcycle or to the student.
And that is important. Keep everybody safe, right?
Yes, very. And they also are calibrated that they won't go too fast. If we get into an emergency situation, they won't go too fast. So the safety on these motorcycles is priority. They're great bikes.
We're out here at Southside Harley Davidson, their grand opening of their new riding academy, and who do I run into but Brett McAtee. Now, you guys probably remember him from, probably more than anything, the drill team, right. the Indianapolis drill team. That's how we kind of met. I was working with Bubba Blackwell, and it seemed like every year for the National Hog Rallies, we were all at the same events, and we had some good times.
Good times. I miss it.
So, you are either retired or you are undercover now. Which is it?
Well, I'm retired from the police department. I retired about 1.5 years ago. I own a security business, so that's kind of what I do in my spare time now. And fortunately, I was asked after I retired to remain a supporter of the drill team through the board of directors. So that made me really happy. After 33 years, it's hard to just walk away. And I didn't really want to do it in any capacity. So that's what I do now.
So you got to grow your hair out. You get to kind of just chill out now a little bit. How busy do you stay with your other business, though?
We stay busy. Right now I'm averaging about 35 hours a week myself working with that. We'll have anywhere between 10 and 15 officers working security jobs or traffic control. We actually did a lot of traffic control for this facility when they were building it, and that was exciting because I've been a longtime fan and friend of the family of Southside Harley, and I was glad they asked. It's good to be part of that, but I still work quite a bit, but I play a lot too.
All right, Eric, now you've been a part of Steel Horse Thunder for quite a few years now, Safety Tips 101 and everything else. Now we're out here at your brand new facility right here. What are you thinking about all this?
Well, you know what? I am so impressed with the Schultetti family that they invested the money into this to create a positive learning environment for students when they want to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Around the state of Indiana, you don't see many facilities like this, as nice as this is, as fresh as this is.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, even the way it's been striped. I mean, you can tell it's been professionally striped. You guys didn't come out here with a roller and a cooler full of beer to do this.
I did, and it took me 8 weeks to stripe it. One little 2-inch roller at a time. No, Scott, I don't do that. No, we had a professional. We got everything marked out. Had a professional striping company come in and take care of all the striping for us, so that we have a nice lines for you to look at when you come ride.
No, it's fantastic. And so now this year we're going to be out here being able to film a bunch of 101, Safety 101, and be able to see how this is all going to work out.
Absolutely. The facility's set up so that we can do rider skills testing. So if you got your own motorcycle, you're on a learner's permit, and you want to come out and test, we can do that here, and we can run a class simultaneously. So you can come take the new rider class on 2 wheels. You can take the 3-wheel new rider class. And then we also have a skilled rider class. So you come back out on your motorcycle and conduct a lot of the same exercises that you would if you came through a new rider class. So it really gives you an opportunity to bond with your motorcycle in that class.
That's pretty cool. So you're saying there's a 3-wheel class as well. So how does that? I mean, obviously they're not going to do the same thing as a 2-wheel bike, right?
Well, yeah, it's very hard to lean in a corner and you don't put your feet down with a trike. But a lot of the same skills apply when you're cornering with a motorcycle, or you're swerving with a motorcycle, or you're stopping quickly with a motorcycle. All those skills apply whether you're on 2 wheels or 3 wheels.
All right. So do you have a separate? I mean, you know what these lines all mean out here. Do you have separate lines for them to go through?
We do. So all of the markings out here mean something to the coaches, so that we know where cone placement goes and what the path of travel is for each one of the exercises. So whether you're on 3 wheels or 2 wheels, the same range is utilized for that. Even the skilled rider class utilized for that is just the difference in the cone placements and where the path of travel is.
All right. Well, cool, man. I can't wait to come out here and do some filming out here. Obviously, it's a lot closer to where I live than where you guys used to be at, so I'm loving that part. But it's just such a nice place, and I'm looking forward to coming out here and getting lots of good safety 101 tips out. And we've kind of backed off on that the last couple of years, and we've got a lot of new riders out there now, so we need to get that back out there and back on the air.
Yep, we do. And that's one thing that the Schultetti family in Indianapolis, Southside Harley Davidson, has been an advocate of: motorcycle safety. From going even back into the late 40s and 50s, when Bob would teach somebody how to ride a motorcycle before they'd leave the dealership. That's instilled by the Schultetti family and all of us employees at Southside Harley, that we want you to be good, safe, responsible motorcyclists when you're out there riding. And if we can be part of that and teach you some good skills, in fact, even if you're an experienced rider coming out here, you get some good textbook stuff from the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, and you're going to learn something from the guys that have been teaching people how to ride for years. The big problem is you got to break the habits that you have, but we're going to show you some new ones that you can adopt to, and that's going to keep you safe when you're riding.
Good deal. Well, Eric, thank you so much. Looking forward to working with you guys in Southside Harley Davidson out here, and hopefully keep the roads a little safer.
Yep, absolutely. And remember, we're back to Professor Anderson and Safety 101 right here on Steel Horse Thunder.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give riders the proper attention the law requires. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Like family, because we are. This is a standard lawyer commercial. This is a dramatic shot of me walking down the hallway. This is a staged scene of me talking to clients, even though they're not actual clients. This is the closing shot in my office, where I say my catchphrase, looking professional and confident. Look, all lawyer commercials are the same, but not all lawyers are the same. Leidendorf Law has been involved in the motorcycle community for over 35 years, with many more years to come. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Dina, you are the Southside Harley Davidson featured woman rider, and this bike is awesome. Tell me about it.
It's my 883 Sportster. It's an iron, and it's flat black and denim. And I went all the way to Nashville to get it, and they built it for me there.
Did you go to Nashville, Indiana, or Nashville, Tennessee?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome. So did you ride it at home that many miles?
No. I trailered it.
So is this your first bike?
It's my first bike. I've had it for 2 years now.
And is that how long you've been riding?
I've been riding for 2 years. I went through the Harley Davidson motor class, and I passed that, and then I went out and bought myself a bike.
Awesome. I love to hear that. I love to see ladies riding. Do you have any plans for this bike? I know that you've already done some stuff to it, which you can tell me about, but is there anything else that you plan to do?
No, I like it the way it is, because I'm not worried, like, if something happens to it, it's not the end of the world, and I like to ride, and I don't want my bike to be too girly, and I just like to ride, and then that's what it is to me. It's just my therapy.
It is. I'm going to ask you this just because I want to know how it is as a woman. What is it that made you want to ride a bike?
Well, I rode with my boyfriend Brian a lot, and I just wanted. He didn't like to ride as much as I did, and I just like to get out there, and I like the freedom of being on the road and getting out there and just doing my own thing.
I love that. I love that you said that you didn't like to ride as much as you do. I love this bike. I think it's beautiful. I personally myself wouldn't have to do anything to it either. I love it. I love the handlebars. I love the look out of it. I hope you get a lot of miles on this bike and just enjoy it.
Thank you, Cindy.
You have been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms totally unfamiliar to you. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. You know you can put your trust in the familiar faces of Ladendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Don't look now. Crambo's isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Crambo's, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Crambo's also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Crambo's, voted #1 for a reason.
So, Alan, you're the president of the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group, right?
Correct. Circle City IMRG here. We're sponsored by Flat Out Motorsports.
So tell me about your group.
Our group was established in January of last year. So we're a little over a year now we've been active. We've put a riders group together because the Indian's a fairly new model. We try to get a group together either for a ride or we meet once a month. First Saturday of every month we meet here at 10 o'clock at Flat Out Motorsports in the showroom.
So you say once a month. So do you ride during the winter also?
We try.
Did you guys ride all winter?
Some of us did. At least one day of the month where somebody was out. Yeah, we went out right after the first of the year. It was about 45 degrees, but it was fun.
45 is not too bad, but we had some rainy, snowy, windy days this year, so it was pretty bad this year for the winter. I haven't been out on my bike yet, which really is a bummer. But so the Indian group, you guys, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you to find out about this group and how they could get involved, how would they do that?
We have our own Facebook page. You can find us by searching Circle City IMRG. You can contact us through that. Or you can go to Indian Motorcycle Riders Group has their own webpage. We're listed there. They can contact me by phone, 317-796-6417.
I don't know if he's married, but you ladies, you got his number now.
Yep, I'm married. She's riding with me today.
All right, forget it. Scratch that. So you guys are also going to be doing a ride sometime this year, the group itself, right?
Yes, we have several rides throughout the year. Our biggest ride this year is going to be going to the Indian Motorcycle Assembly plant in Spirit Lake, Iowa. And that is on May 16th through the 19th. It's a 4-day trip. The tour through the assembly plant is on the 17th. So it's going to be a great time.
All right, man, we're up here. It's the Indian Motorcycles Riders Group. John, you're a part of this. I know I talked to you last year. Unfortunately, we had something happen and we got a corrupt file. I don't know if you were part of the corruption or not, but we had a corrupt file, had a couple rides that never got a chance to air. I know I talked to you then at one of the rides we did in Morgantown, but I see you here. You're with the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group. What got you involved in this group?
I bought my Indian August of last year. Was just doing some research online on Facebook about it, and actually accidentally came across the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group and reached out to them, became a member, and started coming to the meetings.
And what do you think about the people here? I know your meetings are here at Flat Out Motorcycles. It's the first Saturday of every month. And so what do you think about the group?
Super nice guys. Wasn't quite sure what to expect with the stigma of different motorcycle clubs and everything else. Just some laid-back guys that like to get out and ride, hang out.
And it's cool because, I mean, we're just starting to get to know some of the people here, and they are really, it is a good group of people. How many women, though? I haven't seen a whole lot of women. Do we need to put a shout out to the lady riders?
Not sure how many women members we have. A lot of the ladies will ride with their husbands on the ride, but I'm not sure how many actual members we have yet.
Well, it's pretty good size. I noticed the meeting going on this morning had a pretty good group of people. I mean, the group's only been going for a short time, so I mean, you guys have done a fantastic job. And along with that, you got the bike night that you guys do on a Wednesday night, and it's like, you know, it's really taken off. And I love to see that, because anybody that's watching any flat track motorcycle racing or anything else, Indians are here to stay. They're not going to go away anytime soon. They're here, and it means business. And I'll tell you what, man, they're just beautiful motorcycles.
Yeah, like I said, I've only had mine since August of last year. I ride it every chance I get. It's just a lot of fun.
What made you decide to go to Indian?
It was actually a little bit my wife and a little bit my stepdad. I went to look at another motorcycle I'd seen online, a Victory. Walked in and actually saw it in person, and it just wasn't me. The wife had found my Indian down at the end of the row, and she said, "Come look at this." And I sat on it, and that was all it took.
So tell me about how you're going to do this for this ride that you're going to be leading to Iowa.
Yeah, we're going to be going to the Indian Motorcycle Factory in Spirit Lake, Iowa. We're going to be leaving on Thursday, and we'll leave out that morning. We're going to make a pit stop here and there, do some sightseeing stuff, maybe in Davenport. We're going to spend the night in Des Moines, and then we're going to get up Friday morning. It's about 190 miles. And then we're going to do the factory tour on Friday afternoon.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a wonderful trip. I know you're a member here at Flat Out. Is this the only place that you guys meet at to get together with the Indians?
Yeah, Flat Out is a sponsor for our Indian Motorcycle Riders group. There's other dealerships in Indiana that sponsor other groups. We're trying to get some of those other groups to go on the ride with us. I don't know how many have truly committed to it yet or not, but I mean, next month we're rolling with or without them.
Well, I think you're going to get a pretty good amount of people going, because there's a lot of Indian riders now. What kind of bike do you ride?
I have a Chieftain.
A Chieftain, is that more than a Chief?
Yeah, it's the bagger version. It's like this one that's sitting over here. It's the full fairing and speaker, stereo, all that kind of fun stuff.
All of it. Well, I love the Indian bikes. I rode a Scout last year, and I thought it was a fantastic ride. So I'm glad that you guys have a place that you can meet. I heard that this is like your year and a half that you guys have been getting together?
Yeah, I think the actual sponsorship began in December of 2017. And then so now we've got the first full year in, and they've continued to sponsor us again this year.
Oh, there it is. I was going to say, there's no red light. I know it's not working. Okay, are you ready? Let's look professional. To have their Indian riders. What's going on today?
Well, this is the motorcycle. This is the Indiana
Indiana Indians. Hey, man. Don't stop shaking the camera.
Anderson, ANDERSON.